What is up guys, it is Lely and today we are going to do something new, something different on this channel, and you guys will have a chance of being part of this. All you gotta do is join my PS4 community, which is Lely Belly Circle of PES, or follow me on Twitter. I will obviously give more details about the future videos then. Today we are going to be talking with Isco Disco from Twitch. If you don't already know him, we are going to be talking about player levels and how he thinks, you know, they could be used better, or if they shouldn't be used at all, and what I think about it as well. I want to know what you guys think about what me and Isco talk about, and what you guys think about player levels. Drop your stuff in the comment section and I'll surely hit you up on that as well. So Isco, what do you think about player levels? You know, do you think they should be in PES?
For me personally, I think they should be in PES because it gives you some extra dimension of the game. Like when you play, you have like motivation to develop players that you like and players that you want to use in your team, which makes it more interesting. So like when you pull a gold player and you see some decent stats, instead of thinking that this guy is shit, I'm gonna release him, you can actually like start working on him and making like a good player that you can use for your squad. So it's actually something else of the games that you can do on myClub that makes it more interesting to play the game. For me personally, I like it because I had some players that I liked, and I made them better, and I used them in my team, and they performed very good. So I was happy with that. But as we know, there is downsides with everything. So we will talk about that also.
Right, I'm actually against the way that player levels are being used right now. I don't think player levels should be in the game the way that Konami have put them in, purely because I don't think Cristiano Ronaldo, who's a 30-year-old player, gets up to level 50, where someone like, I don't know, trying to think of a good young player like Coutinho, just say he's 23 years old, 24, how he only goes up to level 50. I think that if they are going to do player development, I think it should be related to the age. So a 23-year-old should go up to level 50, and a 30-year-old player should only go up to, you know, level 35 or something. They really shouldn't be going any further than that. I think younger players should be able to develop more, and you know, players like Ronaldo, who are stupidly OP anyway, shouldn't be, you know, able to get pushed any further because they're pretty much at the end of their playing careers anyway.
Yeah, I agree with you that like developing young players is a good idea because they actually have potential to become better. It's, like if you compare to for example Ronaldo or Messi, they're already peaking right now, so they shouldn't be better than what they actually are. But I need to rant about this because, to be honest, it's not easy to play the game online when you already have a Ronaldo that is a very good player, maybe the best in the game, together with Messi and maybe Ibra and someone else, and then you even have him at level 50, which is impossible to stop. You can have the best defenders, you can have Ramos, you can have Boateng, you can have Thiago Silva, and they will act like 75 rated defenders because they can't stop them. You try to man mark, you try to block him, but he will find the space because he's just an alien. Because he's at level 50, he will act different than the normal Ronaldo that is already so good. So there is no need to put these high levels on these good players. They are already that good that they can rip your defense, which means when they have a high level, that will cause you more rage. You will just get so angry because you're trying to play football. And
who rages in PES anyway?
Yeah, who rages at PES? It's so calm to play the game. I had to drink alcohol sometimes. That's how bad it became for me. So you can try to play football, and then you have a guy. The guy can play totally crap, but he has a Ronaldo at level 45, 49 or something like that, or 50, and he can just put the ball on him and he will pass your defenders. That's something they need to fix because we can't have it like that. You can't separate the pro players from the bad players. It's a big issue, you know. PES is about being a good player and beating the guy, scoring goals, creating goals, and not using an OP player to screw your defense.
To be honest, I'm against the way that we can actually develop players because it takes away the special feeling of having that player at level 50. That means like everyone's got them at level 50. Or even like, even if they did what I said, where you can only get a 30-year-old only up to level 35, even then I would still be against that because I think it takes away that special feeling. What I would have instead is I would have a special agent for the week based on real life players. So this means every player in the game is always going to be on green only, by the way. And what I would do is I would have players that are playing well in real life, like you had Mahrez, Vardy, Kante, players like that were never in this agent, by the way. Like, I rarely ever saw them in these special agents. We could have them in a special agent on a weekly basis. It changes based on play, like I said, based on how well players are playing in real life. And in that agent, we can only get a level 35 or level 40 version of that player, and no one else can get him in that week. You can only get him in that week, sorry. And once that week's gone, if they're not in team of the week again, you can't get another like version of him. You can only get him at level 30. That way, you know, players are always on green. And the reason I say players are always on green, I feel that when players are on form in the game, I think that causes more scripting or balancing, whatever you want to call it, because they've already got team spirit, which has an impact on the pitch. They have so many different play levels all over the pitch, which has another impact on the pitch. And I think obviously player conditions, like being on red, that has another, you know, all these moments that they have to balance it or script it out, whichever way it is. I think there's so much of it. So I think the best thing to do would be have everyone on green and just have these, you know, release different versions of the players. So, you know, you can have a level 35 version. If Ronaldo went and broke a record like he has, the super freak that he is, he's broke so many records that in 1 week you have a version of Ronaldo where he's a record breaker Ronaldo, so he's at level 40. Now what I'm trying to say is that doesn't mean that Ronaldo's overall from 92 goes up to 96. No, it means it could go up to 93 or 94. But what I'm trying to say is, you know that you got him at a special version. Like, it gives you that special feeling that, look, I was lucky enough to get him this week, so, you know, I'm privileged. And it gives you that special feeling to come back and go get another player that's on form in real life, might be one of your favourite players. So it gives you a reason to come back and keep doing squad builders and things. Because when it came in November, other than Suarez, I was pretty much done with the squad. I was only hunting for Suarez. Once I got him, I had no real reason to go for it. So if players like Mahrez came up, I would have loved to have gone for Mahrez and actually used him effectively, knowing that there's a level 40 version of him that only I can get for that 1 week. So that's how I would actually think player levels should be. I think that'd be better. It gives us a chance to use them it gives us a chance to use players that we haven't used so far. Like, I've rarely come up against Coutinho's and players like that because they've just never been in these agents. So that's what I think about player levels. I want to know what you guys in the comments think about that one as well, actually.
Yeah, I mean, I know what you're saying, because that gives you some like extra happiness and motivation when you actually get that player, because it's pretty rare. Like, he's only there for 1 week, and
it gives you that special feeling as well. It's just like knowing that other people aren't going to get him.
That's something we're lacking. That's something we're lacking in this game. We're lacking these special feelings, you know, because it feels like everyone has these players that you have. Like when I got Cristiano Ronaldo the first day when I bought the game, I was very happy. I was celebrating because I wanted him so much in the last game. I never got him. And then when the classic agent came out and everyone got cleared it, got all the Barca and Madrid players, they basically had anyone. So I saw Ronaldo in every lineup, and I wasn't even excited anymore because he became like a normal player. Like, he's not rare anymore. I'm not the only one that has him, so I have to face Ronaldo all the time. So I see what you mean, but in my opinion, you should be able, like, you should have the same player. Like, if you get Ronaldo, it's always Ronaldo, but they should just be so much harder to get. Like, you shouldn't be able to clear agents, and you shouldn't be able to have agents where you have like 140 players that you can farm and just have them all, you know. They should make it very hard to get these players. Like, just have some balls exclusive for these players, like, that are, what can you say, 89 plus or something like that, and they should meet all together, and you should be able to level them up. So just like when you spin, sometimes maybe the 5th spin you see a diamond ball, and if you're lucky enough to hit it, you get a player over 89. That's how hard it should be. So you should feel the happiness to get this player, you know. Like,
so
just don't put them together with the Lukaku's and other type of players. They shouldn't be in the same pot.
So you think there should be a special ball for players like Ronaldo or anyone above just 88 rated that can't be developed?
Yeah, I think they should. I should think they should be a special ball, because it's not logic to have a player like Miguel Veloso or a player like Lukaku or a player like who else is a black ball, a low black ball,
Fabian
in the
Delph.
same. Yeah, Fabian Delph or Pedro. Pedro was a bencher for Messi. Why should he be in the same pot as Messi? Messi is a super, like he should be alone.
Finish that sentence. Finish that sentence, let's go.
This guy's a hardcore Madrid fan, by the way. Go on, finish that sentence. Messi is a what?
No, we were talking about Ronaldo here, you know. Why should did I just say Messi? Yeah, Messi should be in the lower rated guys, you know, he should be in a goal one. But anyways, you should be having like exclusive balls because these players are already like extra work on. They have player ID, so you don't need to develop them. They're already like fully developed, and then you can just put higher levels on the players like that are black balls and gold bars and silver bars. You should be able to develop them, but not the superstars because they are already good, you know. And make it so hard to get them, so you when you get one, you will celebrate. You will have a party, you know, open some wine and shit. That's how hard it should be, you know. That's what I think.
But if you did it your way, that means we wouldn't still be getting players that because we know how it is. Konami have given players like Mahrez a backseat. We've never actually seen Mahrez, someone who's been ripping it in real life, and he would have been on red most weeks had we had him, but we rarely saw him. Like I can't remember seeing Mahrez in a special agent. I want to see that real life hype get bought into PES, and that's why I say that, you know, having a special version of him in PES for that 1 week only, and everyone being on green, because I think that would help the gameplay as well. I think that would be better than us developing our own players. That's my opinion. The fact that we don't, the thing is, we're not seeing, you know, the way you're saying it is, you know, it's great. Once you got these players, we'll still be facing these same teams all the time. We'll still be facing people that have Ronaldo.
No, that's why I don't agree. Because listen, if it's harder to get the superstars, we will not see superstar teams. That means you can use Mahrez if you want to. If Mahrez is on red form, you can play him because you're not gonna face OP teams all the time. You might see a Ronaldo or a Robben or something in the other team, but he will not have a field team with superstars because it's impossible almost to get all of them, you know.
Okay, explain one thing to me now then,
more time to play these players.
Alright, explain one thing to me now then. In the current system where there's a special agent, there's more chances of getting someone like Cristiano Ronaldo than Riyad Mahrez. How would you stop that happening? Like, what would you do?
What I would make is that, for example, I could put, like you put the rare ball where you have these exclusive players that are 89 rated and plus, like that, all of them should be like really hard to get. So maybe in the 5th spin, like when you spin every time, you don't see this rare ball. Maybe like you have to spin 5 times to be able to see, for example, a diamond ball in your spin. And if you're lucky enough, you hit it, and then you might pull a Cristiano or a Ibra or a Robben or a Messi or something like that. But it's gonna be really hard. That makes it easier to get Mahrez than to get these players, because you can get Mahrez in every spin because he's in a black ball. But he's not in a diamond or a special ball, exclusive ball. That means like you have to spin a lot and waste a lot of money to be able to have a chance to get the superstar players.
But right now, in a special agent, how are they going to get Mahrez? I know Mahrez is now in the Champions League, but just say next season there's a West Ham player, Payet. How are we going to get someone like Payet, like in a special agent, ahead of someone like Ronaldo? Because right now, all we're going to get is special agents with Ronaldo in there and all these other ones. So, like, how do you get players like Mahrez in there and Payet in there?
I have a good idea. It's like every week when the games play, they release an agent where you could like waste money on, and it's only the informed players that has been playing good that week. Like if Payet played good, if Mahrez played good, he's in that spin. So all the red and yellow players are in that spin, and you can pull them every week. Like if next week we say Coutinho plays good, he's in the next spin for the next week. So it's only informed players in one spin, and that makes it easier to get the players that actually played good that week, and you can use them for that week, you know. That's a good idea also. There are so many ways for them to solve that issue.
The only way I would say that would work, because you're definitely going to be guaranteed a good player, the only way I'd say that should work is if that spin costs like 50,000 GP, because you're guaranteed a good player, and you're obviously going
You're
for
not
that same
guaranteed a
player.
good player. You're just guaranteed a player in form, actually. That could be a crappy player. That could be a player that's on the bench, but he played one game because someone was injured and he's informed that therefore he's in that spin. So that could be mixed with silver balls, gold balls, black balls.
But what happens?
What happens when there's players like Ronaldo in there and people clear that agent? Then what? It's got to be expensive.
What about people going to clear
it? Ronaldo could be in there, but it's not going to be easy to get him because
that's why I'm saying it should be an expensive spin.
Yeah, but he performed that week. Then it's easier for you to get Ronaldo, but he's not going to be there every week, you know.
Oh well, if you're going by this year, Ronaldo's in there pretty much every week.
Yeah, of course he's a good player, but it's not like you're guaranteed to hit him because there's so many players in that pot. So it's not going to be.
What about when people clear it?
To hit him. You can't clear it. You can't. There are so many players in that, so you can't clear it, and it's only for 1 week. Like they put so many players in that, all informed players from every league that played good are in that pot. So it must be at least many players, you know. Like they can find out the system, but it's similar to FIFA where you have team of the week, but this is like the spin of the week where you spin and there are only informed players in that spin that played good that week before. It could be superstars and it could be crappy players, white balls, but they performed good. And then it's just your luck. What do you think about that?
It's the very first time you've ever actually said that to me, and that does sound like a good idea, but I want that
special feeling.
It's like a PES version, but it's different to FIFA. But a PES
version,
would they be level 30, and would you keep player conditions on them? Because I feel that player conditions play a big part of scripting or game balancing, whatever you want to call it. So for me, I want all the players to be on green. So for me, like
but scripting exists almost in every game. So
yeah, but the thing is, I don't think it's something they put in on purpose. I think they do it because if a player's on red, he should have like the advantage. That's how they see it. And you know, if he's level 50, he should have another advantage. If his team spirit's high, they should have another advantage. So what if you take away, you know, player conditions, that takes away some of the scripting. That's why I'm saying, you know, have a level 40 version that you can only get from, you know, that special agent that week, but he's always going to be on green, and so is every other player. They're always going to be on green. That way there'll be less scripting in the game. That's my idea anyway. That's enough for player levels now, because next week we're going to talk about other things, and we will obviously come back to player levels in other videos and talk about, you know, how they could be used differently in the transfer market, which will probably be my next video. If you guys want to get in on the action, plus I definitely want to know what you guys think about what me and Iska have discussed, and what you guys, even if you guys got your own version, let me know in the comment section. Like I said, I will hit you up on that. So until next time, guys, peace.
Ciao for now.
You little thief.